Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Firefighters Podcast, where we seek to develop, inspire, and motivate the world of the emergency services operator through a series of wide-ranging conversations. Now, before we go any further, just hit that rate, follow, or subscribe button on whatever platform you're listening to. It's a key performance indicator for us and helps us reach even more people. Now, here's what we've got for you today.
Name's Lee Sims, been roughly in the service now 17 years. Love doing all this fitness type of stuff, love doing the TFA abroad. And here we are at the Firefighter Challenge in Hull 2022.
So what was the first challenge you ever did?
The first one was tour run in Poland. A couple of lads already do it on the watch, and one of the other lads said, why don't we do it? And we said, yeah, come on, let's go. And I think it was the best thing I ever did, mate. It was brilliant.
How old would you have been when you did that?
Was it? I don't know if it was about 2006. I'm not sure. So, God, I'm 47 now. Work it out. I can't.
These firefighter challenges have been going for so long now, but in the UK, it's kind of just getting to the precipice now. Of we've got the Welsh, we've got the British, we've got the Cheshire. We're really bringing it over here. What sort of stuff were you into before then? Because I've always had sort of sport and social clubs in the fire service, but until that sort of stage in your career, how would you keep sort of in shape?
Well, mine was mainly rugby and just PTing. I'm a PT instructor as well, so what I do is just, as we all do, we all like to keep fit for the job. We're proud of the job we do, and physical fitness is a massive part of it. So all I've done is just integrated into that. Yeah. And when we came along and said, look, you can have a go at this firefighter challenge, well, yeah, let's have a go. It was in Poland.
Got you written all over it.
Mate, it was just great. It's just what we do, functionality training, and you know what I mean. If it's dragging a dummy, it's dragging a dummy. That's what you could be doing in a real job, isn't it? So.
Today's episode was once again brought to you by William Wood Watches. With the tagline, once forgotten, now reborn, every single watch has 100 years of firefighting history in it. They take an original Merryweather brass firefighter's helmet worn by firefighters in Britain in the 1920s and melt it inside every single William Wood watch. All of the craftsmanship is carried out in the heart of London, and they are proud to lock in the legacy of the brave firefighting heroes in every single timepiece. I think one of my favourite things about these watches is the fire hose straps. Now, these have gone from landfill to effectively luxury now. They receive fire hose from a massive amount of fire services from all around the world, which has come to the end of its life. The majority of the fire hose around the world is unfortunately ends in landfill usually. They clean the hose, repurpose it, and sew it into the luxury watch straps themselves. I always wear the red one, but when you get your watch, it comes with a series of different ones you can get. You can explore the full range of upcycled straps on their website, and you can see the link in the episode notes. If you head over to their website, you'll be able to check out the Jubilee, the Triumph, the Valiant, the Bronze, and the Chivalrous. All of those watches are available right there, and you can spread the cost of these over 3 to 6 months interest free. So for the pulse of the fire service right there on your wrist, head over to williamwoodwatches.com and take a look.
When you're doing those travel aspects as well, how have you found it sort of meeting people from different countries? Is the fire service the same everywhere? The firefighters that you meet when you're abroad?
I think the camaraderie between everybody is absolutely fantastic. As you know yourself, you've been to these places, and you'll meet somebody who you haven't seen for ages, a German guy, and he'll come up to you and he'll just hug you. Yeah. And you're like thinking, wow, he remembers me. And you think, well, of course he does, because we got on so well. And then you'll go to Gibraltar, the lads from Gibraltar, you see them, and they're just such a cracking set of lads. We like to go and we like to meet them in a bar and have a good drink. But do you know what? At the end of the day, it's serious. We keep fit. We love it.
I love that. So is this your first time organising one yourself? So you've sort of led the spearhead of getting it here, getting it to your service, getting it here where we are today in Hull?
Well, come 2020, that was when it was going to happen in Hull, and it was absolutely manic. I thought.
How does that process work? So for people because people have seen these and more services want to get involved, give us a little bit behind the scenes. How do people get this to their service?
I think basically what they need to do is, especially watching it live, that's a great thing to do. It's the feed is fantastic what you've got now. People can just look at that and think, bloody hell, do you know what? How good would that look in my city? Yeah. And it only has to take just a general firefighter. I'd say general firefighter because we're the front line, we're the meat on the bones, really.
Yeah, really, the blood of it.
You look and you think, God, that'll look great in my city, and that's basically what I did here. Yeah. And it was tight. The course is quite tight, but do you know what? We fitted it in. And yesterday, Hull Pride was on, and this was absolutely buzzing down here.
It was really, I don't know if it was luck or whatever, but it just went really well. We always do it last weekend in July, but it went so well with Pride and just the ethos and the morals and the values.
It's one of the best atmospheres
I've been involved in. It was great.
I just think, as you know, you was there, you was commentating, I was on the cars, I was sorting them out. You got the odd moan or two, but do you know what? It just ran so smoothly.
We got away with the weather today. As well. Yeah.
But it just went great. We had a few hiccups earlier on, but that was yesterday.
What's it like in service? Do you have to get sort of chief's approval, group managers? Who's helped you on board with all this sort of stuff? Because sometimes it's hard to. Some people are like, oh, is it going to help me get promoted? And you're like, no, you want to do it for the right reasons. But you have had some people down. You had some support.
Yeah, I think the thing with the fire brigade is you always get that we always know that person who wants to have that little bit of glory and kind of put his hands up and say, I maybe shouldn't say that, but that does happen. But that happens in every part of the role. That happens in any job, and it does get people far. But it gets recognised. And I think what people do is you just ask them, and the doers. And you ask the right people. And to be honest, my brigade, Chris Blaxall, who's currently our chief fire officer, he's just done actually a sterling role for us. He's been great. He's backed us everywhere, and so has his understudies. They've been fantastic as well. And they've got us where we are, and here we are on the morning of the second day.
Today's episode is supported by our good friends over at Duty Crew Coffee. Now, as you're probably aware, coffee is the most popular drink worldwide, with over 2.25 billion cups of coffee consumed every single day, and over 70 million of those in the UK alone. Most of this is consumed in our crew rooms, our watch offices, and by our emergency services frontline staff. So when you're getting together around the mess table, don't be drinking a nasty-ass cheap coffee. Nobody likes that guy that brings the cheap stuff. Life is too short to be drinking crap coffee. So if you head on over to dutycrew.co.uk or click the link in the podcast below, you'll be able to jump on over and see the Duty Crew coffee products. They come in 227 gram oversized high quality recyclable standard pouches, and they are individually wrapped 10 gram coffee bags. They're quick, mess free, convenient. They have a one-way degassing valve, which is an absolute must for storage of freshly roasted coffee. You can get the 20-pack response bag. They've got the HQ, they've got the No Duff, they've got the Unity, the Decaf, and of course all of their products are Rainforest Alliance certified, Fair Trade Foundation, and most importantly, they taste freaking epic. I started drinking Duty Crew about 2 months ago, and then when I fell in love with it, I got in contact with them and they came on board with the podcast. So jump on over to Duty Crew Coffee if you want some of the good stuff. Now back to the podcast.
It's good for them to do that, to be fair. And again, could they have done so much more? Yes, but I always say that, look, we're struggling with contaminant stuff, with, union stuff, with all of the stuff post-Grenfell, with the financial constraints. So for them to, give that time, give that support, for me really means a lot, because it'd be so easy for them to say, look, I love what you're doing, Pete, Lee, Tim, whoever, but I just haven't got time for it at the minute. It's not because it's not the best thing in the world, but we've got this serious stuff to deal with. So I think it's great they're doing it. It shows that they still see the fitness and stuff that you're doing. Well, we spoke just before we came on here about leadership. I see what you're doing and things today. Because when we're in the job, people know that some people lead because they're really great at building rapport and really great at building that ethos. Some people lead just with an iron fist and I'm your boss and that's what it's all about. Here, there are no bosses, and the way you've been able to inspire the whole team and get everybody down, they're here because they want to do it. They want to do it for you. They want to do it for the BFC, and it shows what true leadership can do when you pull it together.
I think a lot of it as well is I think it's the way you conduct yourself. I think I've got a bit of respect in the job. I know a lot of lads. They know what we do. They've seen the videos how we train. They all think we're absolutely bloody barmy. But do you know what? They come here and they watch us and they think, Jesus Christ, these lads are actually serious, and I think they're quite envious when they watch us, and you ask them and you say to them, well, I won't be able to do that. Well, actually, no, you can. Get your boots on. It's 3 to 4 minutes away.
But I've seen you change gears as well. I've seen, yes, you interact with all the yellow team. We've got some guys, some girls, some young children here. But then you step onto the course and I see your command presence. And then I see you stepping in with the council, stepping in with the charities. That's what I see in great leaders like yourself, is because you have that spectrum where you're able to interact with people in their 70s and their 80s, build those soft skills. And then you're able to come straight back to those hardcore 19-year-old firefighters we've got here and bring your command presence into this.
I'm just being myself. That's just me. I don't look like I have any special skills. I just feel I can get on with anybody, and I try to put that across to people because I'm not a shy person, but I'll always tell people how I feel, and I think that's the right way. I'm not hiding behind any rocks. I am what I am. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, well, lump it, in other words. But no, I'm just,
So we're going to put the link to the YouTube stuff in the comments below this so people can have a look. But for people that haven't yet seen sort of the ongoings of day one, we're still here at the beginning of day two. What happened yesterday? What was some of the good, the bad, the ugly? Nobody got injured, which is good.
Well, I mean, from the start, I was here at 7 o'clock. It just seemed like manic. All action stations. Yourself, you turned up. There was everybody here. People was looking around. There was a lot of people stood around, which I hate hands in pockets. I can't stand
guys,
that.
there's something to do.
I can't stand that, and I just think people don't turn up if you're going to put hands in pockets. But then that's the same with everything. Not everybody knows what to do. But to be honest, the course got put out. It just clicked into place. All the volunteers seem to know what they was doing, which is good because there's some from previous years, which is really good. That's a big help. The big help is what you got people, what you're bringing forward. So I helped put the tower up this year. I know roughly what the tower goes like. So I've said to the lads, look, next year, Manchester, give us a shout.
Yeah.
The more the merrier if we can get people on board.
People need that. These guys and girls, Mickey, Rob, all the team, they've been doing this for years.
Yeah, but yesterday, just to be in my own city of Hull and watching the amount of people on the sidelines watching and cheering and shouting was just absolutely fantastic. I don't think anything went wrong. There was the odd little thing. Somebody moaned the cars was going too slow. I guarantee it wasn't going too slow because I'm the one who was on them cars and I was basically making sure everything was done exactly the same. And
me and John Gregory used them head to head and they seemed to move slick enough.
Oh, mate, they went all right.
There's more technique going on, more operator error, I think, maybe a little bit.
I think everybody has their own technique, and it is tough. You've just run up 6 flights of stairs and hauled up a bloody hose, for God's sake. So to come down and hit a stupid piece of metal with a hammer, a plastic hammer like that, it is tough. So, but no, I think yesterday was fantastic. I was absolutely tired by the end of it.
Yeah,
and here we are for round 2 today. But I think it's going to be a nice day.
We've got some savage competitors today. We've got some incredible women who are coming out and doing their best today.
Yeah, and I think it's the best looking guys' day today as well. So that's us over 45.
I really feel inspired. I think we've got Gary Chamberlain.
Is he 66? I mean, wow, look at that, mate. If that's not inspiration.
He is literally twice my age.
Well, again,
I'm like, that for me, the long-term health goal for me now is just try and stay fit and healthy as I am now.
This is what people should be listening to this. Firefighters who are up and coming. Yeah. And if somebody's doing it at 66, anybody can do it. But at 66, man, that's dedication. Yeah. And hopefully, I'm 47, and hopefully I'll be 66 doing it.
For people like myself and people in my generation, it's very likely we're going to still be working in the job when we're 65.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So those small decisions that compound on all those marginal gains, like how am I conducting myself, what are my behavioural habits, what are my fitness habits, what am I eating, what are my drinking habits, all of those, when you extrapolate them across the next 30 years, they're going to make the big difference.
It's a big difference, mate.
So when you see those people in their 60s still competing in this, think about all those 1,000 small decisions, though, I think.
Yeah, and them little changes now in your health statistics and everything, it does make a difference later on.
The Firefighters Podcast is a global podcast seeking to develop, inspire and motivate the world of the emergency services operators. Through a series of wide-ranging conversations celebrating those within our sector, we seek to encourage and support this incredible group of people. It's brought to you by myself, operational firefighter Pete Wakefield, and I speak with individuals from all walks of life who I sincerely believe can add value to or develop those who have chosen this life path. Please support your emergency services wherever you are in the world, and thank you for listening.